To start, get your skein of yarn. You will then pull a decent amount of yarn, I would say a little more than a foot. You can set your yarn ball to the side. We will first start with making a slip knot. With one hand, you will hold the end of the yarn, and with the other hand, you will want to make a handgun. Place the yarn between these 3 fingers. You will then wrap the yarn end around the handgun like this. With your other hand, pinch the yarn tail and grab the yarn still connected to the ball like this. You will then twist your wrist like this. With the finger handgun, you will pinch the yarn that is still connected to the ball. Once you pinch the yarn, let the yarn go that you were holding with your 3 fingers on the handgun hand. Now just pull the yarn that you were pinching to form a loop with a knot. At the end, make sure you are still holding the yarn tail with your other hand. To tighten the knot, you just have to gently pull both the yarn tail and the yarn connected to the ball. To start a chain, you will insert the slip knot onto your hook. Make sure it's not too tight or too loose. Now to begin crocheting, hold both the hook and yarn tail with the same hand. With your other hand, you want to yarn over with the yarn connected to the ball onto the hook like this. Once you have 2 loops like this on your hook, slide both loops up so that you pull your knot over the hook. Your yarn that you yarned over is caught onto the loop. Now you just have to pull the slip knot over the hook like this. This is your first chain. To make it longer, you are going to repeat the previous steps of yarning over from the yarn connected to the ball and pulling the chain over until the chain gets to your desired length. Once you finish, your chain should look a little like this. Now I'm gonna show you how to work into the chain. You first want to turn your project over like this. Each little braid you see is one chain, and to build on your chain, you want to skip this first chain and put your hook through the second chain like this. You should now have 2 loops on your hook. You then want to yarn over. Now you should have 3 loops on your hook. From there, pull the yarn over through the first loop. Now you have 2 loops on your hook again. You then want to yarn over again so that you have 3 loops. Pull in the yarn over into both loops instead of just one. Repeat the steps of pulling your hook onto the next chain. Yarn over, pull through the first loop, yarn over again, and pull through both loops. Repeat until you reach the end. Once you reach the end, it should look a little like this. Now you want to make an extra chain like this, so that when you turn over your project to build on it more so that these sides can stay straight. You are going to skip that chain we just made and continue crocheting like earlier. Make sure when you're crocheting, your hook goes through both loops of the braid. Repeat until you reach the end. Notice how on the sides it's straight. That's because of the extra chain we made and we skipped. Repeat one more time of making the extra chain at the end, flipping over, and repeat crocheting. Once again, because of the extra chain we make and skip, your project will stay straight. Now I'm going to show you what happens when you don't make the extra chain when you finish your project. Do not repeat. Notice how when you don't make the extra chain in the end of your project, it gets shorter and uneven. You don't want this unless the pattern you are following specifically asks for it. You can tell that the crochets that I made with the extra chain is even, while the crochets I made without the extra chain is uneven. But other than that, I hope this helped you on your crochet journey of making a single crochet onto a chain and how to make a slip knot. Bye bye, and I hope to see you on the next one.